Hey folks, Tony Caldwell. Welcome towards the back end of week 7 in your term. We are getting close now, and the rough drafts are due. If you haven't yet, go back to the announcement from earlier this week. There's a 6-minute video that you need to watch where I lay out the expectations and some of the easiest ways to write the rough draft and then have something to build on for a final draft. Okay, that's about the technique and the practice of writing a rough draft. But I need to take a minute of your time, and it won't take long, to talk about the final essay's rubric. Okay? Up to now, every rubric you've had has had 3 categories: non existent or non evident, same thing, needs improvement, and proficient. And they SNHU really starts you off in this class with the grading rubric kind of with training wheels on, because you can hit needs improvement on a lot of categories in your work and still get that B minus B and go, oh wow, I'm okay. Well, that pivots in the final rubric, in the final essay that you're going to turn in on week 9. It's now not applicable, needs improvement, proficient, and exemplary. So if you've been getting proficients throughout, and you're like, man, I'm pulling off some like a real solid A, kind of a low A, maybe a high B one time, and you continue to perform at that level, the final essay, you're not going to be thrilled with the grade. I don't know. Maybe you will be. Maybe this is the class you're like, just let me get this done and move on. But that exemplary category asks you to take proficient up a notch. I'm looking at the rubric in the background, and just take the very first item, introduction, brief narrative. Proficient or needs improvement says you gave me a narrative, but there's a lot of gaps in it, where you just like ignore things completely, gaps in detail or gaps in clarity, meaning you didn't write it well. Proficient is a brief narrative of the topic. Now that's only going to get you 90% of the points, whereas up through all the other weeks, it would have gotten you 100% of the points. To get 100% of the points on brief narrative, you have to meet proficient, give me a brief narrative of the topic, and expertly balance brevity with key detail. That means you have to be clear, concise, and quick with that narrative. About half a page is where that should fall in at. Defending the choice. Same thing. For needs improvement, you defend the choice, but there's gaps in your logic or you don't have any support for your choice. I'm writing a historiography of circus clowns in early America, but you don't give me any support on that. Defending the choice, the proficient says that you can defend that choice as a candidate for a historiographical essay. So you can tell me why circus clowns are important to the development of early America. Exemplary says you can tell me why they're important, but you also demonstrate a need for more people to study that topic. We need to study circus clowns in America because clowning is now the number 3 occupation in the United States, and there is a huge gap, and we don't understand the background. That's the difference in those 3. Look, I promise not to take much of your time. I'm going to wrap this up here. Look at that final rubric. Judge yourself harder than you have judged yourself going in the past few weeks. Step the game up just a little bit if you want to get that exemplary across the board. Okay? If you have questions, m.caldwell@snhu.edu. Drop me a note there, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Thanks.